As someone who has always been interested in the practicality of filmmaking, one of my most anticipated looks at a film this year is the Ornithopters in Denis Villeneuve's Dune. Villeneuve himself is a filmmaker that will strive to capture as much as he can for real in camera, and it's something that makes the entire project more believable for the audience and also more enjoyable for the cast while filming. Since I have been fully amazed by the work of Frank Herbert over the last 2 months, the latest images and information surrounding Dune has been a joy to see come to life. In this video, I'm going to be discussing the Ornithopters alongside some brand new looks at the crafts in Denis Villeneuve's film. Before I get into it, if you want to see much more videos on Dune 2020 leading up to its release date, then subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Also, if you enjoy this video, remember to give it a like rating. Without further ado, let's dive into the Ornithopters of Denis Villeneuve's Dune. As we have progressed from the insect-like designs of David Lynch's Dune to the more mechanical approach of the Dune miniseries, the Ornithopters may be taking an approach on a larger scale in Denis Villeneuve's Dune. There seems to be a mixture of different elements from the previous adaptations, but now we seem to be getting a greater sense of mechanical realism. The new images you are about to see were kindly provided by the YouTube channel Secrets of Dune, who did a fantastic video on the origins and history of the Ornithopters, all while showing some new looks at different versions from the film. I recommend checking out Secrets of Dune's channel, video and Twitter account, which I have linked in the description of this video. But moving on to the latest images, we have multiple shots including concept arts and photos that were taken on set. Obviously, a few months ago we had a different bunch of images which gave us very brief angles of the Ornithopters, but from these we were able to make out what the Atreides Thopter could look like. Well, now the new images include a shot on set which seems to have a deep purple vibe within the location it was shot. This image reminds me of the work Villeneuve did on Blade Runner 2049 with capturing the dystopian haze of an abandoned Las Vegas. For anyone who was saying that this Dune adaptation would have too many muted colours, I think this image confirms that Villeneuve is really broadening the scale of colour in certain scenes of the film, which he has also presented in his previous work. He creates atmospheric films that visualise the story, but at the same time supports them with the usage of intelligent dialogue and storytelling. This image tells me that Villeneuve isn't shying away from his traditional approach to cinema, but at the same time he's infusing a style that would work in adapting Dune. Another image includes a better look at the Ornithopter in Denis Villeneuve's Dune without the wings. We clearly see the Atreides hawk symbol alongside the ramp being open, which correlates to the official Empire image revealed last month. I'm guessing the wings of the Ornithopters will be either supported with visual effects in some scenes, and then in others the production team will most likely use certain props to build out the wings in shot. It's the idea of filming as much in camera as possible to create a convincing sense of realism that becomes more satisfying for the audience. The other image, which was the most striking in my eyes, was the one with the green tinted glass, to reflect either the Sardaukar, Harkonnen or Fremen Ornithopter from the novel. As you can see, the wings are not in place on this ship either, which again brings weight to how they will capture the motion of the wings in the film. This shows that Villeneuve is still capturing the insect-like nature in some of the designs, which fully runs through the primary themes of the novel, all while bringing a sense of scale to his iteration of the Ornithopters. Unlike the other images, this Thopter has only 4 open wing spaces and looks like the ships from Lynch's Dune, which could lead more towards it being the Harkonnen ship. This is where we come to the final image, which shows a complete look at the design of the Atreides Ornithopter with all the wings attached. According to Secrets of Dune, this is from the set in Budapest, and it looks like Villeneuve is trying to fully capture a real take on the craft with an insect and warlike visualization. It relates to the work the director did on Blade Runner 2049, and also can compare to the work of Christopher Nolan on multiple films with The Tumbler in the Dark Knight trilogy, alongside The Ranger and The Lander in Interstellar. The reason I bring these examples up is because they all took a similar approach in filmmaking. They create the full realistic body of each vehicle, then use visual effects to enhance what was shot on set. If they wanted to, both directors could easily have crafted their films using CGI and green screen, but really it just takes away the scale and the wonder of the films they make. Villeneuve is bringing an authentic sense of practicality and realism to his adaptation, and these images are really showcasing that approach. With Herbert's Ornithopter really influencing artists around the world, it's wonderful to see a true artist in Villeneuve also be inspired by these great designs to create his own iteration. But that was the newest looks at the Ornithopters in June 2020. There seems to be a high level of practicality that really grounds the ships of Arrakis in a way that fully brings them to life. I expect Villeneuve will approach every aspect of the film with this level of detail we have already seen on display. In particular, I'm really intrigued to see how Villeneuve separates the different Thopters and recreates their pattern of flight. It really calls for a huge imagination to adapt Dune in a way that is different but also falls in line with what many fans want to see. I'm interested to hear what all of you guys have to say on the Ornithopter images, so let me know down below. For more videos surrounding Dune 2020 leading up to its eventual release date, then subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications. Also, if you enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like rating. I will be covering news and topics for Dune whenever new information comes out, so look out for my videos on these reveals. I will also be uploading my second book reaction to Frank Herbert's first novel in the coming weeks. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I've been Cortex, and as always, make some noise.